Hello everybody, this is Zaxter99. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here, what I'm looking at. This is actually one of the games that I actually remember typing in out of Compute Magazine when I was just a kid, way back in the 80s with the Commodore 64. This is just some gameplay I found for this particular game, but these were the simple kind of games that I used to like growing up, and I would type those in out of these magazines you could subscribe to or buy in the store. As you see the date there, April 84, The Worm of Beamer, which is the game that you was just looking at there. And when you got these, you would have to go into your computer, Commodore, whatever computer you had, and type in all this code like you see there. And you'd wind up with a simple game like this, as long as you typed it in all correctly and didn't make any typos or bugs along the way. In which case, you'd have to look it all over, check it line by line, and make sure it was all typed in correct. So what I've done now is I've created a new game myself, which I call Nerm the Worm here. And you'll see my gameplay here running on a standard PC. I actually created this. I've made a couple of games like this, simple games with DarkBasic, but now I've moved on to a new application called Game Maker. Some of you guys might see this. Here is my game. I created all my own sprites, my own sounds and everything for this game in the past day or two. And like I say, this is my first project with this. I really like this because you can go in and you can do drag and drop all kinds of different functions and put in coordinates like I showed you there. You can also create your own sprites. These are all my sprites that I use for this game. And here, I created all these sprites just with the sprite editor right in the Game Maker application. As you can see, you can go in here, and I'm going to go ahead and try to create a face here just to show you how easy this is with the Game Maker. So I'm going in here, putting in some eyes. I'm going to go ahead and put a nose on this rock and kind of make a monster rock here. Now it looks pretty good like that for just a few seconds, but let's go and see what it looks like if I do a preview of what it actually looks like in the game. Kind of hard to see that mouth and stuff, so we'll make it a little more prevalent here. Go in and shade it in a little darker. Again, just kind of scribbling and try to make something that looks halfway decent to show you how easy it is. You know, and I made this rock here, and all these sprites probably just took a few seconds, not a few seconds, but a few minutes for all of them. Pretty simple stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I don't actually want a face on my rocks in this game. But it is that easy to use this application. I mean, and then you can go in here and you create, from the sprites you make objects. Everything has to be an object to be in the game. And then, as you'll see here, I'm actually going into the worm itself, and I'm looking at basically the start where you set the variables. Here's an alarm basically, and what it says here is, you know, if you're going in whatever direction, to put a new worm element in that spot. Here we're looking to see if the worm is crashing into itself, and if it is, it shakes the screen, and then afterwards it, you know, takes your life down some, checks to make sure you're not dead, and then moves on. There's also collision detection there for the walls and the rocks. And that's basically the same thing. Here is all my sounds that I made in the game. I actually made all my sounds here with Audacity. Here's my ouch sound for when you run into a rock or a wall or yourself. And it kind of chooses a sound at random when you run into something. I've made different speeds because everybody's not the same with these old school kind of games. You know, people have different hand-eye coordination and might choose a different level. I go all the way from slow all the way to normal, fast, lightning speed, and insane. This is my slow speed on the game, and I can't imagine anybody that couldn't keep up with this game. You can use the arrow keys, or you can use the WASD keys to move your worm around. It's all done by the keyboard, just like the old school games used to be. And here, the faster you go, the more points you get for your mushrooms when you eat them. I'm moving on to the fast speed now, and you'll see that I've made it so you get points just for staying alive. You slowly acquire points just for staying alive. You don't have to eat a mushroom. But when you do eat a mushroom, you get more points because it's harder to control and get that worm here. Now I'm going into lightning speed. This is pretty fast, and I'm getting more points just for staying alive here. And I get a lot more points when I eat a mushroom. Moving around here. And we only got one more speed to go, and this is for the truly daring. Go for the insane speed. And this is the speed of the game. It is moving this fast, and you can control it. Now, the cool thing, look how many points you're actually piling up just for staying alive. And if you crash in 34% health, but if you eat a mushroom, I went back to 100% health. So at slower speeds, you have a chance of getting, 1 or 2% health back for each mushroom you eat. But on that insane speed, I made it so if you ate a mushroom, you went back to 100% health. Now, this is a pretty fun game. Like I say, I made this just in the past day or two, just kind of working on it. What I want to do, though, is I want to challenge you guys, see how many people there are interested in coding, making games, working with Game Maker like I have. See if any of you guys want this game. If you do, if I get to 100 likes on this video, I'll actually put this game up free for a free download. It's only like 8 megs long. And if I get to 500 likes, something I've never done with any video, I'll make a video showing you how exactly I made this game, some of the difficulties I had with making this game, some of the hurdles I had to overcome, and some of the challenges that I faced and exactly how I got past those with Game Maker to create this game. So just let me know in your comments and everything what you think of this video, what you think of this game, and definitely be sure you like, dislike if you need to, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.